So we're just going to go in order. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Playbook Podcast, one of our regular episodes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the bonus episode me and Trey did. That was really fun making that. We're going to do more stuff like that, definitely later on, but it was good to talk about that, and we're going to get Jaden to have his input on a couple of those things at the end of this episode. But we're excited to be here, episode 14, regular scheduled episode. Excited for this one because we got a lot of different things to talk about. It's been slow the last couple of weeks in the sports world, but now as the college football playoffs approach, and some other, things happening, NFL's season's shaping up as well. So really excited for that. And yeah, we're going to jump right on in here to a game that took place last Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Hopefully every one of y'all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. We're going to discuss one of the games on Thanksgiving because honestly, the other two weren't that great. But I want to talk about the Bears and Lions game. So this game, the Lions won 23-20 off of just a kind of a botched ending there, so badly that the Bears did fire their head coach, Matt Eberflus, after this game. What was happening was they were in field goal range, 4 seconds left. They had a timeout, and no timeout was called, and the game just ended. And it was really bad. It was one of Caleb Williams' best games I thought he played in definitely a while and in his young career. 256 passing yards, 3 touchdowns against a fantastic defense. So I guess my question is does this game kind of show the Lions' weaknesses? Now they're dealing with a lot of injuries on both sides of the ball. Do we think that the injuries are going to catch up to him and they won't be able to maintain this level of dominance? Or is this just one of those things where Caleb Williams played awesome and it just wasn't the greatest game for the Lions, Trey?
I think it's a little concerning because I think with Agent Hutchinson out injured, it's probably going to narrow that gap between the Eagles and the Lions of the best team in the NFC. Here's the deal. Agent Hutchinson was, before he got hurt, was the number 1 ranked defense according to PFF. And now that he's hurt, he can't stop a run. They almost blew a 23-point lead. Caleb Williams went crazy. I first thought it was over, but hey, I tell you what, him being hurt, Frank Coulson want to run $150 over that defense. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. The Lions were me and Jaden's NFC pick. I am a little worried about it now just because of all these injuries. Jaden, what do you think? Is this the beginning of the end for this Lions season, or can they continue this dominance?
I think that, they can still continue this. I think, the injury bug hit them a little bit, but I don't think it's anything that they can't, work around and overcome. I think it's going to be a lot tighter games like we saw with this Bears game. I think the games might be a little tighter, but I think that they should still be able to pull it out. And me personally, I don't have any concerns for it. I think that it's something that they can overcome.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think that they have a fantastic coaching staff. I think both their coordinators, defensive and offensive, are both going to be head coaches next year. I think Dan Campbell is incredible. So I do think if any coaching staff can overcome these injuries, it's them. The rest of their schedule is brutal. So they have the Packers tomorrow. 2 days from now, Thursday. They play the Packers Thursday. They play the Bills the following week, the Bears again, and then the Niners. I don't think the Niners are as tough as they used to be, but if that game is in San Francisco, so anything can happen. But they play, I believe, the 2 hardest games on their schedule are a couple of days from now and next week. The Packers have been playing incredible. I think the Packers are definitely still viable in the NFC. That was Trey's preseason pick to make the Super Bowl. That's still definitely there. They're playing great, and they have to deal with Josh Allen and the Bills the following week. So they could lose that first seed, but I think overall we'll see how good this coaching staff is. They still have incredible running backs. Jahmyr Gibbs, Montgomery, both fantastic. They still have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta and all those guys. But yeah, it was. I think personally, it was more of a. They got up big, kind of let off the gas, and then Caleb Williams kind of just started going crazy. Is kind of what I feel about that game. But
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see between them, the Eagles and the Packers, who can make it out of the NFC. But we're going to move on here to the Black Friday game.
Shopping.
And it was definitely Black Friday game because there was a lot of black magic involved in this game. The Chiefs, again, just magically win 17-19. I watched every minute of that game because it was the only thing going on Friday. I watched every minute. Aiden O'Connell was killing them, killing that defense. 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, 9.7 yards an attempt. That's a 116.4 rating. Brock Bowers looked like the second coming of prime Robert Gronkowski mixed with prime Travis Kelce with his catching and running ability. They couldn't stop anything. They couldn't stop on that last drive. It was dice. And then miraculously the center decides to snap the ball before the quarterback even calls for it. Aiden O'Connell was looking away. I think he's checking something with one of his receivers, and the ball hit him in the chest. And then the flag this is where the evil magic of the Kansas City Chiefs comes into play. So if you rewatch it, the ref at the top of your screen was doing the false start. He said false start. The flag was thrown, false start. It hits him. The ball hits O'Connell in the chest. They blow the play dead, but the Chiefs recover it. Nick Bolton recovers that fumble. Then the refs get together and talk about it, and they're like, "Oh no, it's not actually a false start. It's an illegal formation," which means the Chiefs get the ball. It was ridiculous. I don't know how they keep getting away with it. They do. I don't know if the Chiefs suck or not. I really don't know anymore.
No.
The Raiders were 2-9. They stunk. They were bad. It's just like, I don't know anymore. Can someone help me decide if this team is bad or good? I don't know. The record tells me they're good, but then I look. They win to the Broncos by a miracle. They beat the Buffalo. I'm sorry. They beat the Bengals by a miracle. They beat the Ravens by a miracle. Like this team could have 5 losses. I just don't know.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, I'll say this though. I'm a little worried about the Chiefs a little bit. I think that their defense kind of not like it was before.
Definitely not.
And Mahomes had to be Mahomes again. I don't know what's wrong with Mahomes this year. I don't know how to do something with the show quarterback on Netflix, because he exposed his whole workout plan on quarterback. He literally did. So did LeBron. So did Rory McIlroy. All those people they exposed every workout they have. I don't know. I think it has something to do with it. I think it has something to do with the way he's playing this year. But if he keeps playing like this, I don't know, man. I mean,
I don't know either.
I mean, playoffs are coming up. You can't play this in the playoffs.
No,
you just can't.
Yeah. It's just, real quick before I let you go, Jaden. Also, their tackles are horrible. Their right and left tackle, awful.
Mm-hmm. Dude, whoever's Juwan Taylor. Lead the team, bro. You should be cut. Bad. You should be fired because it's insane watching you lead the league in penalties, brother. My goodness,
it's really bad.
Does Eric bring anyone to come back from the Chiefs, bro? They should bring a guy back.
They definitely need him back for sure.
Dude, I can't. Eric, that bozo in the offensive line 74 should be freaking to the G League, bro. It's to the NFL.
I don't know.
That guy needs to be investigated. He should be arrested for what he's doing right now. That's insane.
Jaden, what do you think? I mean, is this team good?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either.
one thing we talked about in the beginning of the season is, the reason the Chiefs were winning is because the defense bailed them out.
Yeah.
But now it seems like the defense is the reason why these games are becoming so
Weird.
tight. I don't know. It's hard to say that the Chiefs are really good. It, I've said this before. If you've ever watched a Chiefs game, it's within 2 points or like a
Eh,
touchdown by like the last 2 minutes of the game,
mhm.
and the Chiefs are down, and then they come back and win. But I don't know. I really think that after this season, the Chiefs need to look at some serious roster changes, and you know, um, look at their O line and see, or just their defense in general. I don't know. Something has to happen. Hopefully the Chiefs kind of turn it out. I mean, they're 11-1. How I don't know, but um, I don't know. In the playoffs, they definitely have to turn it up and actually start playing the game again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everyone's always like it's good to be able to win close games, but when you actually take a look at that way the Chiefs are winning these games. Like I said, Baltimore, Isaiah Likely was out by a centimeter. Crazy, right? The Bengals game was a no call pass interference. I'm sorry, was a called kind of phantom pass interference on an uncatchable ball. Then the Falcons game, Kyle Pitts was tackled before he even was able to touch the ball. They didn't throw a penalty flag. I thought they beat the Chargers with no controversy. I thought they beat the Saints with no controversy. I thought they beat the Niners and the Raiders with no controversy. And then they barely beat the Bucks on the same thing. It takes a blocked field goal, imaginary magic push of force to block that field goal. Then the Bills stomp them. Then Bryce Young looks like Steve Young versus them. And then they beat the Raiders by the center forgetting how to play football. I'm not going to say anything. I want to see this team in the playoffs before I obviously say anything, because we all know that we've seen the Chiefs turn it up. I don't know if they can do it this year. If they don't, they're not going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to turn it on like they have done in the years, specifically last year when they looked horrible, and then they turned it on. Now I think they look worse this year than they did last year, but they're still winning all these games.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. They get the Chargers, the Browns, the Texans, the Steelers, and Broncos. That's not an easy closing to your schedule. All those teams are competitive. Even the Browns. I know the Browns haven't won a lot. We just saw Jameis Winston throw for really close to 500 yards, and we just saw Aiden O'Connell light up that Chiefs defense. Anything can happen there. The Steelers are playing awesome, and Denver, we'll talk about in a bit. They're definitely going to want some revenge as well. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Because it almost seems like last year that they were winning by like a couple touchdowns, or last year they were the games weren't this close, and it just seems like they're not really putting it out like they were last year.
Yeah, and I just don't know. I don't think they could play like this and beat the Bills or beat the Steelers or beat any of these great AFC teams. But we get to see them play the Steelers. That's going to be that's a Christmas Day game. That's going to be crazy.
Even Mahomes this year, people thought last year was a slump, and this year's even slumpier than he was last year.
He has. I'm going to pull up his stats real quick. They're not Mahomesian. So he has 19 touchdowns and 11 interceptions.
Man, tied for third, man, in the NFL.
Yeah, and in his entire career, the most interceptions he's had was last year 14. He's got 5 games left, and he already has 11. Yeah. I don't know. He's definitely. I don't know if he'll probably break 4,000 yards. It'll probably be on the lower end like it was last year. But the Mahomes of 2022 and before is seemingly not here anymore, which is weird. I've never really seen this before, but they are 11-1. They're guaranteed to make the playoffs, and they are likely to get the first seed, so they can shut us all up if they turn it on in the playoffs. So,
yeah. I mean, it's kind of like when Tiger changed his swing in that after that Tiger Slam and 97 Masters, he changed his swing, and that's probably what he's doing, changing something in his
Yeah.
At least working out and playing.
Yeah.
If it tells you how good their O-line is, he got sacked 5 times.
Sacked 5 times. And I know the Raiders have a decent pass rush. They have Max Crosby, who's awesome. But outside of him, I mean, what's TJ Watt going to do to him?
Oh, he's
TJ, what's the Steelers going to – that Steelers D-line's unbelievable. Cam Hayward and TJ Watt. And even the Broncos defense has a fantastic pass rush. Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Like, and then the Chargers, Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. I mean, what's going to – I'm very, very, very intrigued to see the rest of the Chiefs games going forward because as they start to play these tougher teams, I really want to see if it's just they just win just cause or a couple lucky breaks and it starts going the other way. But yeah, crazy game. The Chiefs can't blow anyone out. It doesn't matter if they have 2 wins or 10 wins; they can't blow anybody out. But yeah. So moving on here to who we were just talking about, the Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. This was a barn burner. Steelers win 44-38. Just another devastating loss for Joe Burrow and the Bengals, scoring 35 plus points and losing. Russell Wilson looked like he had a Seahawks jersey on. 414 yards, 3 touchdowns, 126 rating. He did have an interception, but it didn't really hurt his rating that bad. He only had 9 incompletions. So my question is this Steelers team a legitimate AFC like contender?
Yes, I think so. Right now, Russell Wilson has 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I think he should have started in the beginning of the season instead of that.
He was injured.
But subject for another day. But he's doing good.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit, after when he left the Seahawks, I thought he was washed up.
Well, he was on the Broncos. He was washed up.
I don't know what happened to this guy. This guy hit it. This guy had to go through a prayer, and he prayed through whatever he had on. And, but yeah, I think so. PJ Watt too, defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the Steelers have a great combination of what makes a good football team, right? A solid quarterback. Russell Wilson's done nothing but prove to me he's solid at worst, and at best he's really good. They have an incredible defense and a great head coach. Mm-hmm. So, Jaden, could you see this team in the Super Bowl?
With the way that they're playing now, yeah. I mean, they're definitely, I feel like they're outplaying the Chiefs right now, easily.
Yeah, and we get to see them play the Chiefs here pretty soon.
They're 5th right now.
Yeah, my favorite thing about this team is they've proven they can win in a slugfest versus the Baltimore Ravens. They won 18-16, and they just proved that they can beat the high-scoring, high-flying team by scoring 44 points. And I know I believe one of those was a scoop and score by the defense. It was a 21-yard fumble return by Peyton Wilson. But still, their defense is incredible. They're able to cause turnovers. I believe Joe Burrow had 2 fumbles.
Yeah.
I mean, they were able to, hold Jamar Chase to a reasonable number. Any Jamar Chase fantasy owners know that his year has been incredible. He's the best wide receiver in the league right now. Holding him to just 86 yards and 1 touchdown might not sound like a lot, but mind you, he almost went for 300 yards versus Baltimore. So, and he just had 2 touchdowns versus the Chargers. So they're a great team, great defense, solid quarterback. He doesn't turn the ball over. He can throw it deep. They have great weapons. George Pickens is awesome. Pat Freiermuth, Jalen Warren, Najee Harris, all great. So, I like them. And I'm sorry to all the Bengals fans. But if you guys watch Nightcap, you saw Chad Ochocinco was crying.
The guy was crying, dude. Bro, That guy is dude.
man.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Those two are hilarious, man.
That was pretty funny.
I was crying myself
he-
laughing, bro.
he was crying, and then he was like, "We're gonna be okay." And then Shannon Sharp was like, "No, y'all ain't. No, y'all ain't.
Not this
Y'all be
year,
okay next year."
dude.
But no,
I don't know about
the
that next year. Jamar Chase is gonna leave. He's done.
I think T Higgins will leave. I think they'll pay Jamar, but T is gone. I think T's gone. For sure. They might lose Chase. I don't think they will. I think they'll franchise tag him before he leaves. But this team needs overhaul. They need a new head coach. They need to fire Lou Anarumo and find a new defensive coordinator. I think they should hire either the Lions defensive coordinator as their head coach or the Lions offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, as their head coach. They just need to change. They desperately need to change. I mean, yeah. It's pretty sad, but
Yeah,
the Bengals, yeah.
I mean, they're tied 17th in offense, 27th defense, ranked 27th, and they points allowed 340 points and points scored 335. That defense is awful, man. I don't know what happened to that defense.
Yeah, if you look here, they have the 5th most points scored. They have the 31st most points allowed.
Man,
There's 32 teams in the NFL, by the way. That means they are literally last.
like second to last. Yeah.
There's one team worse than them. I'm not sure who it is, but it's probably a team with 10 losses. So it might be. I don't know. But, yeah, the Bengals, sorry, Cincinnati Bengals fans, it's over. Just you're going to have to cry, but it's over.
Yeah, poor Jack Johnson. Going nightcap.
Yeah, it's over. We're going to move on to the Eagles-Ravens game. This one, I don't think anyone saw coming. I think we all thought that the Ravens were going to win this game, mainly because Lamar Jackson has only, before this game, had only lost once to an NFC quarterback, and it was, funnily enough, Daniel Jones. But they lose 24-19. They lost by 5, and their kicker missed 2 field goals. Justin Tucker needs to get cut, guys.
What happened to the guy?
He's horrible. I saw something insane stat. The Ravens have 5 losses, and in those 5 losses, they have combined lost by 22 points. In all 5 of those games, Justin Tucker has a combined missed field goal kicks 22 points. He has cost them 5 games.
Was he the most? Is he the most accurate?
He was. People called him. Pat McAfee was calling him the greatest kicker of all time.
Well,
and now he can't hit a 40-yarder. I mean, he missed an extra point in this game, guys. An extra point.
Who misses those?
There's people people miss him. He's 1 for 2 on extra points, 2 for 4 on field goals. He legitimately lost him the game. I can't put this game on Lamar Jackson.
No.
I thought Lamar played really solid. I didn't think he was his best, but when your kicker literally puts 7 points on the board and misses those, and you lose by 5, I can't sit here and blame you. I can't. Going to the other side, Jalen Hurts really didn't do anything. Saquon Barkley's that team. I think he's firmly in the MVP race. Another 100-plus yard game on the ground. He added just 10 yards catching. So he had 117 total yards from scrimmage and a touchdown. This guy's unbelievable.
His touchdown run was crazy.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's definitely. If you said he was the MVP, I wouldn't be upset. But guys, are the Eagles? Does this prove the Eagles are an NFC contender and they could be playing in the Super Bowl again?
I think so. Right now, I think Jalen Hurts is turning around a lot this season. I know. Beginning people are calling this guy overrated. That he had one little good peak and get a little hoorah, but instead he's playing good. Saquon Barkley though, That guy's the best player on the team, though. He right now second in touchdowns, first in yards per carry, 83 overall rating and rushing. That guy is gonna break Eric Dickerson's record, bro.
He's on pace.
Yeah.
If he does it, he better win MVP.
Well,
He's going to break Eric Dickerson's record. Look him up, guys. If you don't know who he is, I know who he is. He played for the Rams. Number 29. He was really good. But this guy's going to break his record.
He has to be MVP if he breaks that record.
He has to. If not, I'm calling everybody that's voting for this guy saying we all need to be drug tested for this stuff.
If he doesn't, it's a running back can never win the award again.
Yeah.
No, last one was Adrian Pearson.
Yeah, if Saquon, I think he has to break the record to get it.
Yeah.
He has to.
Because we're going to talk about a guy in a little bit who I think's the MVP right now. But I think Saquon's second, and if he breaks the record, you have to give it to him. You have to.
Yeah.
Because his team might finish with 2 losses. They might be 15-2. And if they're 15-2 and he breaks the record and he's not MVP, it's a travesty. It's a travesty. They get the Panthers. So the really only hard game on their schedule is the Steelers play every good team.
Yeah.
We get a good litmus test on the Steelers because they literally play every good team. So the Eagles, Panthers, winnable. Bryce Young's been playing awesome, by the way. He is back. He is playing great. I'm super happy for him. So that game could be scary just because Bryce Young could go crazy. But I think the Eagles will win that pretty handily. Steelers, tough game. Commanders, it's not as tough as it used to be, but still could be a decently tough game. That team in Dallas that stinks the next week, and then the Giants. So, at worst, at best they're 15-2. At worst, they're 14-3. Either of those records with a broken Eric Dickerson record, Saquon absolutely deserves to be MVP. He's been unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Eagles are second best team in the NFC. Behind the line, I think it's a close gap now than it was before, because they're second overall and PFF, first in defense, sixth in offense. They're only giving up 218 points this season.
It's crazy.
In the NFL.
That defense has really turned around. It is crazy. Jalen Carter's awesome. He might win Defensive Player of the Year.
Dallas, why come we didn't get him? He had a chance to get him, but whatever. In the draft.
You wanted them to do something good? That's funny. Anyways.
Marcus Beers was on Instagram crying, dude.
Yeah, that team stinks. The Eagles are really good. And it hurts me to say that because I'm not an Eagles fan whatsoever. But I have to be unbiased, and they're fantastic. That defense is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. They've had some great wins. Beat the Bengals, which doesn't look as great as it used to be, but they rocked the Rams. They beat the Ravens. They beat the Packers. That was the first game of the season. But and it took a miraculous drive for the Falcons to win, and then they lost to Tampa. But since they're bye, they haven't lost a game. I think the only tough game left on their schedule is versus the Steelers. So this team could be playing in the NFC Championship game. Absolutely. I believe for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to move on to a not so good NFC team versus a very good AFC team. Niners at Bills. This was Sunday Night Football. This game was awesome because 1, I don't like the Niners, so it was fun to watch them lose. And 2, it was a snow game, and I love snow games. There's not much to talk about in this game on the Niners side. They lost Christian McCaffrey. Again, he's out for the season. Jordan Mason's out for the season. And Brock Purdy's not him, unfortunately.
They're done.
They're done. They're going to miss the playoffs. I don't think they should give Brock Purdy money. They probably will just because it's hard to find a decent quarterback. I don't think they should. I think if they give Brock Purdy money, it handicaps them for the rest of that contract. But
they need to give him monopoly money.
That's neither here nor there. But over on the Bills side, That man, Josh Allen, that's a bad man right there.
He's a bad man.
That is a bona fide stud. In the snow, he goes 13 for 17, 4 incompletions, 141 rating, 2 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, and according to the NFL, a receiving touchdown. He's the first quarterback in NFL history to receive a touchdown, catch a touchdown, and run it, and run for a touchdown. I think the NFL might have changed that to just a passing one, but on fantasy it counted as all 3, because if you saw that play, he throws the ball to Amari Cooper. It wasn't a great ball. Amari got a hand on it, got it up. Josh Allen runs behind him. Amari Cooper throws a lateral, and then Josh Allen goes Superman and scores. At first they counted that as a receiving touchdown. Let me go see if that's still the case on my fantasy app here. Let's see here. So yeah, it still counts for that. So he had 2 passing touchdowns, a receiving touchdown, and a rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's the MVP, guys.
I agree.
I love I think Saquon's been awesome. If you watch a Bills game, I've watched almost every Bills game. If you watch them, what he does for his team is just like he's Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially that play too, and that one play he spun around.
Yeah, I mean, every single time he needs, like, the team's like, we need something from our quarterback, he delivers. It's unbelievable. Yeah. I think the Bills are amazing. I think they will be playing the Chiefs in the AFC title game. If the Chiefs turn it up, of course. I mean, yeah, I don't see how Josh Allen's not the MVP unless Saquon breaks that record.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say about Josh. I think Josh Allen, man, I know I said it before on his podcast, but I'm sorry, man, for having you third. I mean, Lamar Jackson's not that good to me.
I always had him second. I always had him second.
I mean, before I've always been Josh Allen fan. He knows this too. In 2022, I thought he was better than Mahomes, but Nick laughed at me and thought I was on drugs. But but
it's okay.
Josh Allen, man, you're gonna be. I'm gonna buy your jersey, bro. I'm too. It's my word, bro.
He's awesome.
Nobody reminds me of an athletic version of Big Ben.
Yeah.
No one can tackle the guy. Big Ben, no one can tackle the guy either.
He's literally a fast Big Ben. I think he has a better arm. Yeah, I think he has a better arm.
But I mean, no one can tackle the guy, man.
It's unbelievable.
Stephon Diggs leaving was a benefit for him.
It was.
He said, "Force me the ball, man. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry to my mommy. You won't give me the ball." And then thank God he left. Look at him now. Look at him on now.
Yeah. I mean, they have a fantastic. I think they have a fantastic team. Jaden, would Josh Allen be your MVP right now?
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, I mean, the way he controls and blows a game up, like versus the Chiefs, that fourth down when they needed a first down, they gave it to him. What'd he do? He ran in for a touchdown. This guy's awesome, dude. Like, I think he's awesome. I think so. I will say this. I think there's a path for Josh Allen to be considered the best quarterback in football. There's a path, and I'm going to break it down for you what the path is. He has to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, so it'd be the AFC title game. He has to win so he has to win MVP, beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, win the Super Bowl, win Super Bowl MVP. And I think at the beginning of next year, if you want to call Josh Allen the best quarterback in football, you have every right to.
Yeah, you do.
I think
I wouldn't be mad at it.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I think I would even maybe agree. We have to see how the playoffs, how it would play out and stuff. But this team, no one thought this team was going to be great except me. I knew they were going to be really good. But, people picking the Jets. I saw people picking the Dolphins. A lot of people on big networks were picking the Jets. Were picking the Dolphins. I think we don't have the footage, but I think Trey picked the Jets to win that division.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Bills. Forgive me, bro. I think you're second best team in the NFL. Stephen A. said, why in the world you having third in the NFL, Stephen A? They're second in the NFL. It might be one. Actually, they're to me head right now, Super Bowl. And right now against the Lions, I have
I think I'd pick the Bills too.
Bills are winning that game.
It's hard for me to pick against a superhuman at quarterback.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, could he be in the GOAT conversation, though?
Okay, well, let's pump the brakes on that one, buddy.
Hey, man, he reminds me a lot. You know what he reminds me of?
Let's pump the brakes on that one.
Peyton Manning of this era, bro.
He's got a great team. I mean, this is the best O-line he's ever had. I think the D-line's great. Von Miller's had a resurgence. James Cook is awesome. Khalil Shakir's a stud. He doesn't get talked about enough. Awesome slot possession corner for them. Dawson Knox, and having Dawson Knox as your backup tight end when Dalton Kincaid can't go is incredible because I think Knox is awesome. I think Amari Cooper was awesome, and Amari Cooper's not going to cry when he doesn't get the ball because he understands what this means for his career. Great team, great defense, great quarterback. Yeah, I don't know why. PFF has them 14th overall.
That's
the Bills. They're not watching football. That's for sure.
At least they have Josh Allen's stats right because he's MVP.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Jaden, are we crazy for thinking this team can win the Super Bowl? What do you think?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think. Josh Allen's been playing out of his mind this season. And I think that they're definitely gonna. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I think that they're gonna.
Yes, he's speechless, bro.
Yeah, dude, Josh Allen is Jaden.
Speechless, bro.
Speechless over here.
Hey, man.
I don't know. He's if he doesn't get MVP, I don't know.
Yeah, they better not give it Joe.
You can't. So for Josh Allen, you can't just look at the box stats. Because he doesn't have as many touchdowns as Lamar Jackson. He has more interceptions. You have to watch the game and see what he does in the game. When they need him to do something, he does it. When they need him to score or throw a perfect pass, he does it. Yeah. The game plan is very obviously not just let Josh Allen chuck balls as deep as he possibly can. Joe Brady has been a godsend for Josh Allen. Yeah. The offensive coordinator, he has brought it's not all on Josh. They run the ball. They have a great run game, but Joe Brady also understands when they need something to happen, Josh Allen's going to make it happen. I saw him do it on Sunday. I saw him do it versus the Chiefs. I've seen him do it versus literally every single team he's played against, except for the Ravens. That was before Amari Cooper got there. It's just like this team's awesome. I really like Josh Allen. I think he's MVP. I think they have a great defense. I think they have a good coach. I think they have great coordinators. Yeah. And they're complete, man. They're really complete. Like Trey was talking about how complete the Chiefs were. I think the Bills are just as complete as the Chiefs are from top to bottom. Yeah. From quarterback all the way down to special teams to defense. This is a great team. And this is, I think, the best team Josh Allen's ever had.
I agree.
And I'm really glad I picked them to win the AFC East because now I don't know. That episode didn't even release. I wish it did now because I was right about almost everything except a couple.
I guess.
Here's the deal. Aaron Rodgers. I don't apologize for teaching the Bills at all, Aaron Rodgers. You know what you are? You're a washed up diva. You're blaming everybody for some reason, not yourself. But you know what? I tell you, here's the deal. I'm gonna say it on the air record right now. Aaron Rodgers is the most overrated quarterback of all time. He's a diva. Listen, he's not. He doesn't hold himself accountable. Not a good leader. He's a big baby with your pacifier in your mouth. So just so you know what you do, you need to
Crazy.
retire. Quit telling McAfee they're going to play in one more year. Stop. No one wants you. I don't want you on my team. Jerry Jones might want you because he's desperate for you. If he makes that decision, he's even stupider than I thought. Jerry Jones. So, Aaron Rodgers, the most overrated quarterback of all time.
Wow. There you go.
You heard it.
There you go. I mean, yeah.
I'm tired of this guy, man.
Sorry, Aaron Rodgers caught a stray there. We're talking about the Bills.
Straight.
Nick, see his press conference, Nick? Aaron Rodgers' press conference?
I have, yeah.
He named everybody but himself. He wanted
Yeah.
Devontae Adams. He got him. He wanted Garrett Wilson, Randall Cobb,
Lazard.
Alan Lazard. What's his name? The offensive coordinator?
Nat Hackett.
Yeah, that bozo. I forgot his name. That's how much a bozo he is. He wanted
Oh.
the guy that got fired recently. What that guy? Robert Saleh as his coach too. And what happened? You know, Nick Wright said it last year on First Things First. He will never win because he's always washed up. Achilles injury ain't gonna do anything for you. So
Yeah, I don't really know why anyone would have picked him, but it's okay.
yeah, I'm
Because
sorry.
now you can go to the Bills. It's okay. They got plenty of room on the bandwagon. It's totally fine. But yeah, again, Josh Allen, I think our MVP right now. He's pretty awesome. But we're gonna move on to the last NFL game we'll be discussing. I just wanted to talk about this just because I wanted to talk about Bo Nix. We're gonna be talking about the Broncos playing Browns at Broncos. This was a actually surprisingly fun Monday Night Football game. I don't think a lot of people expected this to be that great. 32-41. And my question is Bo Nix the rookie of the year now? He has the last couple weeks he's been unbelievable. I just, if you look at what he's done, some of the throws he's making, his coach believes in him. Sean Payton believes in him. He's got 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions on the season. He's got him at an 8-5 record. Like, is Bo Nix the rookie of the year now?
I think so. I've watched a little bit of Broncos here and there, but I'm not a diehard Bronco fan. But it's probably the best quarterback they have since Peyton Manning.
I mean, that's not. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Rookie of the year.
I mean, at first I was considering Jaden Daniels,
Same.
but I mean, I don't know. He's kind of falling apart. But yeah, no. I mean, Bo Nix came out of nowhere and just started playing crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's between Bo Nix and Brock Bowers. I think those are the two guys right now, because Brock Bowers deserves his flowers, bars. But you know, if you look at Brock Bowers is first in receptions, fourth in yards. Like, as a rookie, he just torched that defense. That Kansas City defense. There's 5 games left. You know, I think he could definitely be there too. But yeah, I thought it was a fun game. But yeah, I just want to talk about Bo Nix, give him his flowers. And the Broncos, man, they're firmly in the playoff race now. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. Yeah. All right, you guys, that wraps up our NFL talk. We're going to move over to some college football real quickly here. Mainly because the playoffs are approaching. We got the committee's top 25 rankings on Sunday, I believe it was, and we have here a college football bracket, just kind of a speculative bracket by NCAA.com. Because you know, obviously when the committee picks, it won't be the same. This is based off the rankings, but if they selected based off the rankings, it would be number 1 seed would be Oregon. Number 2 seed would be Texas. Number 3 seed would be SMU, because they would be the ACC champion, and that's the third highest conference ranking. So if they win the ACC championship, they get to be third seed. Then fourth seed would be Boise State, fourth highest ranked conference champion in the Mountain West. And then 5, they would have Penn State. Penn State is going to be playing Ohio State for the Big Ten championship. So that could be very crazy. 6th seed is Notre Dame, 7th seed Georgia, 8th seed Ohio State, 9th seed Tennessee, 10th seed Indiana, 11th seed Alabama, and 12th seed Arizona State. So that would be, if all of those championship games played out how the seeding, if the higher seed won, that's what would happen. So I guess my question is there any surprises in there? And who do you guys think is going to win the college football playoffs based off of this ranking? When the official college football bracket comes out, we'll do the same thing.
I'm surprised Alabama's in it, the way they're playing.
Yeah, they snuck in.
I don't know how they snuck in. I'm not surprised by Oregon. Boise State had a big turnaround.
Yeah.
There's a one man, Ashton Genty.
One guy, guys, real quickly. I have to do this.
Do it.
If you vote Travis Hunter for Heisman, okay?
You're a bandwagon.
I truly don't think you understand what the award is for. So what you're telling me is if you vote, so the argument for Travis Hunter is he plays both sides of the ball. He has so much impact on the game. Okay, then why isn't his team in the playoffs? If he's the best player in college football and he gets to play both sides, why didn't I say Colorado?
Yeah.
And then Boise State literally is one man. It's Ashton Genty. They haven't played anyone good. They played the best team in the nation in Oregon and lost by 3. And Ashton Genty went crazy, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
He's has a top 5 rushing season we have ever seen. He has better stats than Derrick Henry did when he won Heisman, Melvin Gordon, and another guy I forgot, another great player who won Heisman. I just don't get it. If you're saying he's the best player in college football and he has the most impact, he has to be in the playoffs. Why isn't he in the playoffs? Well, his team isn't that great. No one's saying Boise State's that great. Do you think the Boise State quarterback's even half as good as Shedeur?
Oh,
No, nobody will say that. No one will look at you in the face and say that. And Colorado is pushing that Shedeur and Travis Hunter should be up for Heisman. Guys, you have like in the expanded playoff era, I feel like if you don't make the expanded playoffs, you shouldn't be considered for a Heisman.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Ashton Genty has been incredible. This team is lost one game to the best team in the country. I don't get it. And I just wanted to say that real quickly because Ashton Genty's the Heisman. It's obvious. It's obvious, but maybe not to me. But who do you guys think is going to win the national title, Trey?
I went back and forth with this for a long time because I'm like, it's so up in the air. I think Oregon's gonna win it all. I think they're a sleeper team that no one's going to talk about at all this year. I know that Georgia had a big pie, and then Carson Beck went through a downfall. Same with Alabama. At first, people thought that with Nick Saban leaving that they're going to go downhill, and they did. They really did. They had a little good run, and then after that, Vanderbilt beating them off, the number 1 ranking, then they went downhill quickly. Texas, I have struggled. I think Texas will make it to the championship game, but I don't think they'll win it. If you put Archie Manning in the game, probably
they win it. They win it with Archie. I'm telling you right now.
Archie, they win it, but if you put Quinn Ewers in it,
I don't think they win with Quinn.
They win it. They can't. Quinn is a great guy. Works on all nothing but the best. But Archie Manning is the best. He should be a starter, man. He should be. So right now, Oregon's going to win it all unless Archie Manning starts in that game. Right now, it's Oregon and Texas.
Okay, so you got Oregon, Texas championship game, Oregon winning if Archie's not playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he is playing.
Jaden?
So I also have Oregon, Texas,
Okay.
but I'm gonna pick Texas to win it all.
Wow, okay.
I feel like they could pull it out,
Yeah.
even with Quinn.
Okay, and that's a great team. I mean, they're a great team. They just went to the 12th man down there in College Station and handled business.
Aggies suck overall.
It's a great team, but so I'm Jaden's got Oregon, Texas winning. I think one of these teams is going to get really hot.
Which one?
I think one of the teams outside the top four is going to get really hot. I don't know who it is, because we have to wait to see the official bracket, because this isn't the official bracket. But I think we see a huge upset in one of the semifinal games. I don't know who it is. I think it's going to be really hard to tell, but I think one of these teams gets hot. I think it might be Penn State.
Penn State.
I think Penn State might get really hot and make it to the championship game. I'm not saying they will, but I just have a feeling one of these teams is going to get really, really, really hot. It could be Ohio State. It could be. I don't think Indiana could. I don't think Arizona State could. Maybe Notre Dame. Maybe Alabama. Maybe Tennessee. But I feel like if it were to be one, it'd be Penn State or Ohio State. But if I were just going off of my normal rankings, I think if Georgia and Texas play, I think Georgia beats them.
I think so.
And I think Georgia's going to beat Indiana. I don't know. I don't know if I can bet against Georgia in a big game like that. And Georgia, if we look at Georgia, has had the hardest schedule. I mean, they have played. So real quickly, I saw a post, and I want to say this. I saw a post. Let me pull it up. I should have had this ready. Let me pull it up. Who did I send it to?
Oh, yeah.
So it was a breakdown of top 25 wins. Who has won against top 25 opponents? Currently ranked top 25 opponents. All right, here we go. So notable teams that have finished with 0 wins over top 25 teams: Clemson, Texas, Washington, Miami, SMU, Colorado, Iowa State, and Indiana. There's some other ones, but those are the majorly important ones. So Texas has not beaten a top 25 ranked team.
Wow.
Over currently ranked. So, and then I want to go back to Alabama, or not Alabama. I want to go back to Georgia. Their schedule has been brutal. So they play Clemson. They were ranked. They beat them. Clemson's currently ranked too. They play Alabama. They lost to Alabama. Then they beat Texas. Guys, they whooped Texas 30-15.
Yeah, they did.
They lost to Ole Miss. They beat Tennessee, and they get to play Texas in the SEC championship game. I mean, they've had a brutal schedule, and I think they're more battle tested than Texas. I think I'm going to say right now, if Georgia beats Texas, they win the national championship. I don't think anyone beats them if they can beat Texas.
Just this Carson Beck, man.
But Carson Beck's played in these games. He knows what it's like.
Yeah.
He's played in these big games, and I think if they beat Texas, they win. If Texas wins that game, I think Texas wins. I think the winner of that game wins the national championship. I think the final is going to be the semifinal. Yeah, not even the semifinal. Yeah, that would be the semifinal. It'd be the quarterfinal. Okay, so the quarterfinal, I think. But yeah, I think Oregon will win on the other side. Oregon, unless Penn State gets hot. But also, we're going to do this again with the official rankings. But yeah, I'm excited for this, guys.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this. I'm really, really excited for this extended playoffs. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. Do you guys have anything else to add there?
No. Well, I can see Georgia, but we'll see.
So
Up to Carson Beck.
So I'll throw a wild hair in there too. I also have a feeling that maybe, just maybe, that Ohio State can make it to the finals.
Yeah, it's a good team. I think the loss to Michigan was more on Ryan Day. I don't think he's ever beat Michigan ever.
Yeah.
And Michigan's not going to be in the playoffs, so they don't have to worry about that. But that, and also I could legitimately see Ashton Genty just going crazy.
Man.
Like just going crazy. If he doesn't win Heisman and they make the national championship game, every voter should be banned from voting.
Yeah.
And they should be all replaced.
Dude, it's because that's Thunder, man. I mean, I get Travis is great, but
it's the Colorado propaganda. I get it. Everyone loves Colorado. I get it. But
I mean, he's a great athlete. He's a great athlete.
No, he's great. He's great.
Last year they were 8-6. They didn't make the playoffs at all last year. But because of one man. He's a bad man, bro.
He is.
Watch out.
He could save that trashy team down there in Dallas. He's the only one that can do it. No one else can.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
But yeah,
he won't draft him.
Probably not. He's stupid. We'll do another one of these when the official bracket comes out. But I'm excited for this. I'll make my official when that one comes out, because it could be all sorts of different. Because if Georgia wins the SEC, they're going to be the second seed. So, yeah. So we're going to move on to some NBA now. We're going to be talking about a couple teams here. I have a question about what's happening to the Lakers. Mm-hmm. And my question is, did I curse them when I picked them to make the finals? Is it me? Should I have kept my pick to the Mavs? Because as soon as I picked the Lakers, they were playing well. The Mavs were playing bad. It switched as soon as I picked them. So I think I'm a curse. Well, I think it's me, guys. It's my fault.
I don't think it's you. Because also right around that time, Also around that time, the Lakers also made a lineup change, moving Dalton Knecht to the bench.
And they did.
And personally, I think that was a mistake. He is much better coming off on the start than he is coming off the bench. We saw him get 30 points in a game and go absolutely crazy. That's just me personally. I feel like it was the lineup change that kind of messed with them. Because the rest of the team, I feel like LeBron and AD are still playing good. And also their defense. Their defense has really been killing them. They're slow to the transition onto defense, and I think that's what's really killing them too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say it, and it makes me mad seeing this on social media about LeBron being washed up and all that stuff. So Steph Curry right now, averaging the same amount of points as LeBron is he washed? He's younger than LeBron. 22.5, averaging 43% from the three, 46% from the field goal range. LeBron's 48% right now. So is he washed? So I don't understand that at all. I think LeBron James is still arguably the greatest player of all time. Maybe he may be the GOAT.
You literally said he was the GOAT on our GOAT episode.
Yeah, I know I said that. But Steph Curry is having 22 points per game, and he's not washed. Okay, but you know what? I'm not worried about Lakers at all. Just a little bit of a stretch. LeBron's 40 years old. It's going to happen. I mean, I don't know I get it. The turnovers are terrible too. Clean it up a little bit, and then you'll be fine. But you know what? So Michael Jordan fans out there, um, what happened in Washington when Jordan was 40 years old? It was
Well,
last.
that didn't matter, remember? Because
It was his last
I
year
don't
in the
know
NBA.
why, but it didn't matter.
It was the last year. It was his last year in the NBA. LeBron's playing a high level still. 2 nights ago, he had 27 points and on a clutch games-winning shot. I don't care who was playing. He had 27 points per game. He said it. This is the most less used time in his career he's ever been used the way he's being used. You know why? Since 18-year-old LeBron James came to Dan Gilbert's team in Cleveland, he's carried the team to a franchise as savior of the franchise. Before that, even going to Miami, he saved D Wade's career. He had that pressure on him since day one. Now JJ's being smart about it, taking him off the ball so much. You know why? He wants to be fresh in the playoffs. But Steph Curry fans out there, so Steph Curry washed up. Not gonna say about that. And Vince Carter, by the way, in year 22, was on a farewell tour. COVID happened, and he retired after that. He's on TNT now with Chuck, Ernie, and Shaq on TNT. Dirk 2, year 22, 2019, 1.9 points per game. Now, he's all over the Mavs organization now. So, yeah. But I ain't worried about the Lakers at all. I ain't worried.
Yeah, I mean, I will be worried if they make no moves because
Rob Pelinka, you better listen up to this.
This is the problem. The problem isn't that I'm saying LeBron needs more help. I'm saying that there are 4 guys on the team that are legitimately doing nothing. Jared Vanderbilt has, I don't even remember the last time I seen him play. Christian Wood doesn't play anymore. Gabe Vincent is a ghost of his Miami self. If you look at his stats, they're genuinely atrocious. He misses wide open shots, easy looks, bad.
Yeah.
They need more depth. I think they could make 1 or 2. I'm not saying they need to go get a superstar. I don't think they need another superstar or star. Go get some complementary pieces. Jonas Valanciunas is available. Maybe some other guys. I think they have plenty of ball handlers. I think getting taller guys, the Travis Kelce of the NBA, Jonas Valanciunas, would be a great pickup. Look him up. He looks just like Travis Kelce. That's why I'm saying that. But I think that would help AD. And I think this team is better coached than last year. So through 21 games, they're 12-9. Last year through 21 games, they were 12-9. I don't think that's to say that JJ Redick isn't better than Darvin Ham, because I think he is. I think the roster is a little worse because half the guys that were supposed to be playing aren't playing. Yeah. But I also think LeBron isn't playing as well as he was last year. LeBron is in a slump. He said he's bad offensively right now. He's missed like 24 straight 3-pointers. There's no beating around the bush. He's playing bad. I don't think he's washed. I think he's playing bad. Steph Curry, like Trey said, isn't playing great right now. He's had some bad games. The same night that LeBron played bad last night, Jason Tatum went for 7 for 18.
So did Ant.
Ant was 3 for 13, I believe. And in the same game on the same team, AD played bad too. He's like 4 for 14.
Yeah.
Nobody will say anything about that though, because it's not LeBron and everyone hates LeBron and wants to talk bad about him. I literally look here. Look, AD was 4 for 14. Anthony Edwards was 3 for 13, had 8 points. No one's going to mention that. That kid's like 22, by the way. Is he washed up because he had a bad game? No, obviously not. LeBron played bad. He needs to play better, but I think they'll turn it around. I think they need to make a move because guys that we all thought were going to be playing and contributing aren't playing and contributing. So you got to make a move. I'm not saying LeBron needs more help. He just needs teammates who'll play. And like Jaden mentioned, I think removing Dalton Connect from the lineup for that time, I think it was like 2 games, really messed with his flow and his feel. He should be a starter. They have to go to Christian Coloco. Does anyone know who Christian Coloco is?
No.
He
Coloco.
I don't like, no disrespect to him, but they don't have any depth. Gabe Vincent is the worst player I've ever seen in my life. He's averaging 3 points a game on 35% shooting. They gave him money. He needs to get traded, and he's just not very good. But I'm not going to blame LeBron for this. I'm going to blame the squad. I think the whole team needs to play better. And that starts with LeBron. And I believe he will turn it around. I think he wants to play all 82. I don't think he should. I think he should take a break. He's 40 freaking years old. JJ Redick said that's going to be detrimental to his health. He wants to play all 82. He can, but I don't see why he shouldn't be able to take a game off.
Yeah.
Kawhi hasn't even played a game and no one talks about him.
And Joel Embiid doesn't want to play at all.
Joel Embiid doesn't want to play at all. But no, LeBron will be fine.
Yeah.
He's in a slump. He's the greatest player to ever play the game, and he will turn around. He just happens. I wish all you LeBron haters, man, I wish LeBron was 30 right now. 32. Oh my goodness. Oh my word. This team would win 67 games if LeBron was in his prime. Yeah. I'm dead serious.
He took a bad team in 09. Cavs, he had Delonte West, who's homeless right now. Mo Williams, not even in the NBA right now. That Jonas Okauskas was his best teammate he's probably ever had since D Wade and AD overall. And he's not even in the Hall of Fame. You had a washed up Shaquille O'Neal on that team too. So
yeah,
prime. But you know what? Look, Jordan fans out there, I love MJ too. But at 40 years old, he was out of shape. I think I saw a stat on First Take today. So this is LeBron and Jordan's stats compared. I'm gonna find that real quick. I have it. So 40 years old. Jordan has averaged 20 points per game at 39 going on 40. 45% from field goal percentage. 3-point percentage is 29. Rebound 6.1. 6 per game is 3.8. LeBron 22 points per game this year. 48% from the field. 35% from the three. Never been a good 3-point shooter. So that ain't gonna surprise anybody. Unless you're Skip Bayless, but think I was on TV no more. Rebounds per game, 8.0, 9, and then 9 assists a game. So in reality, his washed up so and so here is Magic Johnson in his prime. Literally. It's Magic Johnson in his prime. It really is.
Oh my word. That's crazy.
So but Jordan was an old man trying to figure out how to play, and he said, and Stephen A said today he don't care about winning. Yeah, he did. Jordan will laugh at you and say, I care about winning, bro. I want to win at all times. But
dude, that segment on first take legitimate, I lost brain cells. I actually lost brain cells from that.
Dude, I will admit, I agree with Shannon on that about what he said. Some of his, I agree. I see Stephen A's point about some points, but Shannon cooked them. Even Molly cooked them, and Molly's a host.
That's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I'm not worried. If we're worried about LeBron, we have to be worried about Steph Curry too. So
and Jason Tatum
and Anthony Davis and everyone in the league that has horrible shooting nights. LeBron just had 27 and 14. Like, well, guys, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
he's going to be fine. It was a bad game, especially bad for LeBron standards. Goodness, I wish he was in his prime, so you guys would shut up. Oh my word. They'll be fine. I do think they need to make some kind of deal though. But yeah, Moving on here, we're going to talk about another team real quickly because no one's seemingly talking about this guy. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on an absolute tear the last 10 games. The Bucks are 9-1 in that stretch. And I think my question to y'all, but I believe it to be true, is should Giannis be in the MVP conversation now? I believe he's firmly put himself back. He's averaging 33 points a game, 12 rebounds, and 6.6 assists on 60% shooting. This team's, I mean, they've won 6 in a row, and they're 9-1 in their last 10.
Yeah.
And Giannis in those games since their winning streak started, 23 points, 59 points, 22 points, 15 rebounds, 12 assists, triple-double, 20 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, 41 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 37 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, 32 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and 42 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists. How in the world is this guy not in the MVP conversation right now?
Yeah. Was he hurt?
No, they just weren't playing well.
That's right.
He's back.
Yeah,
I mean, the Bucks are now 11-9 after a horrible start, which doesn't sound great. They're 5th in the East. They were like 2-9 or 2-8. It was bad.
Yeah.
And they're back, and I think it needs to be talked about more. We got to talk about this. We talk about that guy down there in Denver. His team's 2-8, and the media acts like he's basketball Jesus. So, why? I mean, why can't we talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo? Yeah. He's done pretty much the same thing. I think their win streak's more impressive, and I think he's been more impressive than Jokic.
Yeah, I think what started it was the that one point in the NCAA tournament when Dame went crazy. I think that's what built the momentum more.
Definitely, yeah.
And I think right now, I love Greek Freak a lot. I think he's better than Jokic overall. I can't stand the Jokic fan sometimes too because I just can't stand him either. They think that he's the second coming of LeBron James, which is straight up ultimately blasphemy, and they need to stay off that stuff they were on. Giannis is playing extremely well. I knew he'll come back. You know why? Because he's the Greek Freak for a reason. I think this team can control. I think this team with Dame and Giannis healthy, the way they're playing right now, can dethrone the Celtics.
It's hard to disagree when Giannis is playing like this.
Yeah. I mean, he's averaging 32 points per game, 32.
30. It's ridiculous. And we look at Dame. Dame's been great too, averaging 26, 8 assists. And their winning streak, he's at 18 points, 10 assists, 20 points, 10 assists, 24 points, 13 assists, 31 points, 4 assists, 37 points, 12 assists, 20. I mean, they're back, bro. They're hooping.
Yeah, they are hooping.
What you think, Jaden?
I mean, Dame's been like lethal for like the 3.
He's been deadly.
Even contested, he's making crazy stuff. And then I think without Giannis, they lose a lot of those games too.
Oh, absolutely.
If he wasn't hurt last year, they're beating that Pacers team in that playoff series by a mile. I mean, there's no way. Dame was carrying that team by himself. He's the point guard. He ain't a big athlete. He can carry a team. He did it with Portland for like 10 plus years. But if Dame was playing, Giannis was playing in that series, they would have won that series against the Pacers.
Yeah. I think it's got to get talked about more. He's definitely in the MVP race. He's awesome. And the team's playing well, and they're a threat. If they keep playing like this, they're a threat for sure. That rounds out our basketball talk. Overall, Lakers, chill on the Lakers. Chill on LeBron being washed. LeBron's washed, then Steph Curry's washed, then everyone in the league's washed. But
Ant-Man's washed.
It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but moving on here, we're going to talk about some sports we don't really talk about that often. We're going to move to some golf. So Tiger Woods had a interview today, press conference, and he will not be playing at the World Hero Championship this week. He stated, and I quote, "I am not in tournament shape yet." He went on then to say that these are 20 of the best players in the world, and he feels like he's not ready to compete with those guys yet. But he went on to say that he had a back procedure and that should help his back pain. He said he was dealing with back spasms last year, and this should help alleviate the pain. So my question to maybe the biggest Tiger Woods fan on planet Earth is, could we, that would be obviously you.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
And then my question to you, Trey, is could we ever see Tiger in a position to win a tournament? I'm not a major, just any tournament again.
I think so. I know you're gonna. I know you hate that, but if he doesn't, I will accept that finally. I said it on a GOAT episode. To me, Jaden, he's a GOAT. He's a GOAT of GOATs. He's more dominant than LeBron, Jordan, Muhammad Ali, Serena Williams, Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt. What he did in his prime will never be matched any sport ever again. 4 majors in a row, never be touched ever again. That will never be touched ever again.
That's so crazy.
That's the greatest feat in all sports.
So
Scheffler has 2 majors. He won this year, the Masters, and he won 2 years ago in the Masters again. So, yeah. But, if he doesn't win ever again, I understand. But I want him to win ever. I do want him to win one more. I think that the moment he wins, I'll start crying. I actually will cry. I'll actually will cry, miss school and miss work, and watch it again, cry all over again. I think he made the greatest comeback of all time in 2018, coming back from a major meltdown in his life from things off the course. And here's the deal. I get what he did off the course was bad. I look past that stuff, so I hate the negativity around this guy. Nobody's perfect. Okay, nobody's perfect at all. He made a mistake. He said it on his documentary on Max, by the way. I recommend that. You haven't watched that documentary series? Go watch it on Max. He's a new man. He's at that. Before him, he was in the zone. He wanted to destroy you. He didn't look at you. He wanted to talk trash to you if he had to. He was a jerk to people. He said it himself. But he doesn't win ever again. I understand, but I can't bet it against Tiger Woods. I can't. I just can't. If he wins again, I'll be surprised. Same time though, he's Eldrick Tiger Woods, and Tiger Woods, you're my Tiger Woods man. If you win, I'll cry. I'll literally cry, and I'll probably will cry even more after watching tournament again. But I wouldn't be surprised I would be surprised if he wins again. Tournament maybe. Masters, we'll see. I think he needs to lose a little bit more muscle. Because I think that he's bulked up he's ever been, and I've seen since 2000 Tiger Woods, but he needs to slim down just a little bit because I think it'll help him a lot in his body.
Yeah. Jake, what you think?
So, I really don't think we'll see him in a position to win. I think unless he starts playing like very, very, very consistently and starts playing tournaments back to back to back and starts actually.
I agree. He needs to,
because he plays one tournament and then he's off for a year.
Yeah,
and so he needs to start playing more consistently. I think his attitude and the way he approaches the game now is different. I think he's a lot more relaxed than he used to be. I think
for sure.
I think it's just more he wants to just stay in the game and have fun. I think that age has definitely caught up to him, big time. I mean, he didn't treat his body well when he was younger, so now he's dealing with that with his back issues. I think it's going to be very, very, very rough and very hard for him to be in a spot to win again. It's possible. I won't count him out, but I think to see him win would take him playing for sure more consistently.
Yeah, it pains me to say this.
I know, man. It's
I
hard.
just,
It's
I
hard.
just, I just don't think we'll ever see Tiger win again.
Yeah.
When he's played all of last season, when he's played, he just never really looked good. He had one round at even par all year.
Yeah.
I maybe the back spasms were so bad, and this new procedure makes it to where he doesn't have to deal with that. But I have to see multiple tournament rounds of him playing well.
Yeah.
Like -1, just get in the red. You don't have to. I don't have to see a 61 from him again. I don't have to see. But it's just, can Tiger get hot like he did in 2019 at the Masters and win a tournament? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I want to see him finish multiple tournaments. Make the cut and finish multiple tournaments. Make it to Sunday. Play in multiple tournaments. Prove to me and the rest of the world that you can handle 4 rounds. He said his competitive fire is still burning, and that's probably the only reason he's still out there, because he has nothing left to prove. He's the greatest of all time. He's the greatest of all time. What he did you think Steph Curry changed basketball? Tiger Woods revolutionized golf.
He changed the whole sport.
And everything, from the way courses are designed. They had to Tigerfy the Masters by making it longer, and then it ended up being bit him in the butt because the only one that could play that long was Tiger. And he made golf cool. He made golf a sport where you go and play and hang out with your friends, and you're not embarrassed to say you play golf.
Yeah.
He made it a worldwide revolution. He just revolutionized the sport. He did what LeBron, Steph, and Michael Jordan all did for basketball, but just him.
Yeah. And now one more thing. I'm tired of hearing this about Tiger Woods in the clubs situation. I don't care if Jack played in Woods and 2. Tiger Woods did too. And he played at 5 years old with a bunch of grown men too, and he was dominating them, by the way. 17 years old, Tiger Woods, and U.S. amateur Tiger Woods. Same clubs as Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, and Tom Watson. Red Couples, and he still won those. He has 6 amateur wins. And by the way, back then that was a major. So when I put that into perspective, Tiger has more majors than Jack Nicklaus. Yeah, that's because it's a major, Nick. I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if you knew that, Nick, but I looked it up. And what's his name? The guy on Dan Hicks said back then, amateurs used to count U.S. amateurs used to count as majors. Now they don't. So have it Tiger Woods. Yes, he has 8. He has more than Jack did, even put it like that.
Yeah, I don't think it matters that he doesn't have as many PGA majors. I really don't. Because if that stuff never happened, he'd have 20. We talked about this on the GOAT episode, but he has nothing to prove. He has the greatest feat in all the sports in the Tiger Slam. No one understands how difficult it is to win a single golf major. Nobody understands. Golf is the hardest sport on the planet.
It's hard.
Okay.
Man.
I play a lot of sports. I play basketball, football, pickleball. If you want to count that as a sport, I play it. Like a lot of sports. Golf is the hardest because it's the hardest on your mind. You're not playing against other people. It's you versus the course, and you versus the elements, the wind, the weather, the way the greens are sloping, how firm the fairways are, how soft the fairways are, how firm and soft the greens are, how your ball's reacting to different lies. The fact that he won 4 majors, we will never see. I don't know if we're going to see anyone win 3 majors in a row again.
No.
I think if someone wins 2 in a row, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Guys, no one understands. I want to just rehash this real quickly because we talked about it on the GOAT episode. But last year, Scotty Scheffler had one of the greatest seasons we have ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And it's like a laughable season compared to Tiger's 01 season. It's laughable.
Yeah.
He won 1 major. Tiger won 2 to end a year and then 2 to start a year. That's even more impressive to me than 4 in the same year, all 4 in a row, because there was a huge gap in between the two. So he didn't have this crazy momentum going into the Masters for that third one in a row. There was no crazy momentum. All that momentum was gone. What do you do? Go out there and win. He has nothing to prove. This doesn't hurt his legacy. I don't care what anyone says. It does nothing to his legacy negatively whatsoever. He has done so much for golf. He's a gift to golf. He made the sport fun. He made the sport cool. And he's the greatest athlete of all time. He has nothing left to prove.
Yeah.
And I would love to see him win. And I think if he gets stupid hot and just plays his guts out for 4 days, maybe.
Yeah.
I just want to see him contend again. I want to see him go under par again. Show me you can go under par again. And, we'll see what happens. But
And by the way, I went to range. I went to range. I will make a little emotional coming to the range because, like, man, I haven't played golf in like 6 months because of busy with stuff like that. But man, I got emotional, got teary eyed, But yeah,
Tiger's got Trey emotional over here. No, Tiger's unbelievable. I would love to see him contend again, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully that procedure helped him out a lot. But we're going to move on here to some UFC because we do have a fight coming up this weekend. UFC 310 is happening this weekend. It's actually a pretty good card. So there's going to be a title fight. And there's also so it was supposed to be 2 title fights. It was supposed to be Bilal Muhammad versus Shavkar Rakhmonov for the welterweight title. But Bilal Muhammad did have to cancel. So they changed it to Shavkar Rakhmonov versus Ian Machado Gary. And both of them are undefeated. Shavkar is 18-0. Ian Gary is 15-0. And this is going to be a sick fight because it's 2 guys who are undefeated. They're both up-and-coming phenoms. Shavkar was going to get a title fight. And I don't know if you guys know who these guys are.
I've heard them, yeah.
But I think it's really cool that we get to see 2 undefeated guys. But I have Shavkar winning that fight personally.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you, bro. I know a lot about them, but I'm just gonna go with what you said. I saw him on UFC 5, so that's how I know who he is.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep my opinion out of this one because
it's okay. It's okay. No, it's gonna be a fun one. So it's a welterweight bout. Shavkar's Shavkat's just a crazy. He's a sambo fighter. He's a grappler, and he's a submission artist, right? So his last 3 fights have all been submission. So the last 5 out of 6 they've been submission. So he's undefeated in the UFC. He is 6-0 in the UFC. He definitely deserves a title fight. I think he'll get one. He should have been having one. Shavkat should have been having one. But yeah, I think he's going to win. I think Ian Machado Gary is pretty cool, pretty great. But I don't think he's going to. Shavkat's going to get him on the ground, and it's absolutely over. But yeah. So, and then the other one is a flyweight title fight. This one is Alexandra Pantoja versus Kai Asakura. Trey's just getting some delicious water because he's taking the segment off. I got Kai in this one. I got Kai becoming the flyweight champion of the world. I'm going to probably buy this pay-per-view. I'm totally going to buy this pay-per-view. I'm definitely not going to stream it illegally. I would never do that. Trey's having his lunch break right now. Because we got UFC and then we got F1, so you guys can just take the rest of the episode off if you want to, bro. Like Jaden's gone, Trey's gone. I'm just talking to myself, guys. This is this one right here, guys, is just another bonus episode. Consider this a bonus. We got Trey eating straight on the episode. This is crazy. No, I got Kai winning this, guys. I got Kai winning this.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's not the he's obviously not the favorite. Pantoja's the favorite. He's the defending reigning flyweight champion.
Yeah.
But this guy Kai, it's his UFC debut and it's a title fight.
Yeah.
That's all. Like, this is awesome. I'm super excited for this because he's kind of an unknown. And I think he's going to pull a Matt Serra and just come out of nowhere and take a belt. Man, these guys have no idea who I'm talking about. This is crazy. I'm literally talking to myself. Anyways,
Bro.
now we're going to move on to another topic, y'all. You know what? Do I even talk about this?
MLB? Which one?
F1. Do I even talk about it?
You need to for your F1 fans.
Yeah, my F1 guys. All right. So last week, 2 weeks ago, big race. Max Verstappen won the world title. He's a 4-time world champion, and I think he could go GOAT one day. He's 4, so he's behind Shoemaker at 7, Lewis Hamilton at 7, Senna, those guys. But he's awesome. He's great. And then this weekend, the last race of the season, guys, this is sick. We got the Constructors' Championship on the line. Ferrari and McLaren.
I got Ferrari, bro.
You got Ferrari? Okay. Trey's got Ferrari because it sounds good. Cool. I think Lando's going to bottle. I think Lando's going to bottle it up, and I think Ferrari's going to win it. I do. I think Lando's going to bottle. But, yeah, it's been a great F1 season. There was a little bit of a race.
I watched it.
There was a little bit of a race for the championship, the Drivers' Championship. Lando Norris is like the worst, best driver ever, and Max is one of the greatest drivers of all time. So it's just what happens. But yeah, excited for this last race because there's a lot on the line with the constructors. But yeah, and hey, shout out real quickly to Zhao Guanyu, Kick Sauber, getting points in that horrible car. Horrible car, horrible team.
That was insane, bro.
I mean, I'm faster on the pit stops than Kick Sauber is. And Zhao Guanyu finally, he deserves a seat on a real team. Because Kick Sauber is a joke. Kick Sauber is like the Dallas Cowboys of the F1. Just a bona fide joke. All right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Anyways, these guys have no idea what I'm talking about.
I kind of do.
No, you don't. Don't lie to me.
Not at all.
All right, we're going to move on because
Let's talk about this one.
that was a solid 20 minutes of these guys just, I mean, Trey's eating. So that lets you know. We're going to move on to a quick little thing about MLB. They did so Rob Manfred has an idea. Golden at bat, okay? So the golden at bat is, real quickly, let me pull it up here because I want to get it right.
It's dumb what it is.
So once a game, a manager gets to put his best batter at the plate regardless of where the order stands. So imagine high-level situation facing the Dodgers. You get Shohei Ohtani out, you strike him out or whatever, and then Dave Robert plays his golden at-bat card and you have to face him again. That's basically what it is, right? What do you guys think about this? Is this dumb? Is this cool? Could it work? What do we think?
So is this America's Got Talent or is this MLB? Like, what in the? Might be the dumbest rule ever. This is not America's Got Talent, people. This isn't The Voice. You press a button and turn around and say, "Oh, look, it was you, buddy, in the quarterfinals." This ain't Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay choosing. Okay, give me your jacket. You're gone. That's not how it works. This ain't a show where you're asked to run an organization and then next thing you know, you win. This is not a game reality TV show. This is baseball. I don't care if you're losing or not. Play in order. This is unfair. This is probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. This ain't America's Got Talent. This ain't America's Idol. There's ain't Howard Stern on there. Paula, I forgot her last name. Remember her last name? I don't know her name. The guy that's bald. Like, come on, dude. Like, this is not America's Got Talent, people.
No, yeah. I kind of feel the same. I just feel like it takes a lot of it takes a lot of competition out of it because if you have a team who's down. I mean, it could bring a different spin into the game because if your team's down and you have bases loaded and you bring your best batter out at that time, you know, okay, they can come out and maybe do something about that. But I think changing it in that way, it kind of just I feel like it takes some of the competition out of the game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a kid. Like I feel like this would be something you do in Little League.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like go on up there, nephew. You get to hit again. You missed, but you go hit again.
yeah,
And it's just not. It's not baseball.
no,
I
No.
mean, why are we going to punish a pitcher for hitting out a great batter by letting him play so the batter's already seen potentially 7 pitches and he gets to go right back out potentially? Like that's like what in the world is this you get a participation or Little League? Your little nephew gets to go out there and hit again? Like no, I'm not for it. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. It's just trying to get baseball hype in the off season. But yeah,
if it does, I don't think it'll last long.
no, it definitely won't last long. Not at all. So that yeah, it would be stupid. It would be definitely stupid. But yeah, that wraps up our scheduled stuff here. We are going to let Jaden chime in on the GOAT debate here. He has decided he wants to do his NBA GOAT and his NFL GOAT. So we're going to let him chime in. So go ahead and take it away, Jaden. He had to go through that whole UFC spiel and F1 spiel for this right here.
So, I'm not expecting anything crazy. It's gonna be short and simple. But NBA, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, we've been talking about him all night. I have LeBron.
LeBron James.
I mean, yeah, that one. But no, I mean, at his age, you know, if you put Michael Jordan where LeBron's at in his age, he's not playing the same. There's no way. He could he play decent? Yes, but I don't think he's playing as good as LeBron is right now. Not at his age and not, you know. I think that for LeBron, I don't think anybody will ever match his stats. At this point, LeBron's just looking for stats to beat. He's beaten so many that he's trying to find new ones to beat.
He's out of records.
Yeah, and yeah, that's my NBA. NFL, there's a lot of greats out there. I think that potentially it could change soon, but right now I have Tom Brady as the GOAT of NFL. I mean, Patrick Mahomes has potential to do it, but as of right now, where everything sits, I have Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers could be in there for talks, but I mean, he's overrated. But the way that he's played this season has made me just, not really like him as a player anymore.
Same. I don't like him at all anymore.
Yeah.
Tired of that fool.
He's completely he's destroying his reputation the more he plays because by the way he's talking about his team and everything. But yeah, I have Tom Brady. I mean, he's played absolutely insane throughout his career. I mean, there's not many people, not many other quarterbacks, have done what he's done. So
yeah. How about non-quarterback position? Who do you have non-quarterback?
Oh man, that's tough.
Me and Nick said Jerry Rice.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'd probably have to agree with that one. There's a lot of people out there, but yeah, I think I'd agree with that one too.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice.
But yeah.
Best receiver of all time is not Randy Moss. Is not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close. He's maybe faster than him, but as far as
Close.
at 40 years old,
Crazy.
dude was literally still playing a high level. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. There's Jaden's. There's a couple of Jaden's goats. I won't ask him his UFC goat because I don't think he's gonna have a good answer for that one, or his F1 goat because you guys saw these guys don't watch F1, but it's okay.
I'm gonna start watching this week.
You're gonna start watching on the last race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This part.
The GOAT's Sir Lewis Hamilton, by the way. But yeah, that wraps up episode 14, guys. We really appreciate it. I'm sorry that every time we say we're gonna have a special guest, we don't. We're probably just never gonna have a special guest ever because
I texted him. He said this Saturday, so.
Well,
everybody at home.
It's happened the last 3 Saturdays, but it's okay. We had a great GOAT episode. I want to do an entire episode dedicated to why LeBron James is the GOAT. I want to do that eventually.
Hey, guys, if he cancels this week, we should do a whole basketball segment.
We'll do a whole. Maybe we'll do a top 10. We'll do each's top 10. 10 to 1. Yeah.
That'll be a 5-hour long episode.
That's going to be a super long episode.
Right now, Steph Curry no longer in my top 10 because Kevin Durant outplayed me for what he did to his career.
There you go. Sneak peek. But yep, that wraps up the episode, guys. We appreciate you for stopping in. Again, remember to do all the things, like, comment, subscribe, share. There's nothing else for you to do after that. So
giveaway. You want giveaway for having the most comments. I'll give you Kenny's number. You can win a gift card to Taste of Thai, Spicy Mike's, Jimmy John's.
Most comments gets a gift card, maybe.
Right. Maybe. That's a maybe.
So your most comments,
Travis.
Most comments gets a chance for a reward.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really appreciate all of you guys, and we'll be back again potentially Saturday, and if not, we'll be back again on a regular scheduled episode on Tuesday, which you guys will see Wednesday. So appreciate y'all. You have a great rest of your week, and just be excited for all the great sports things happening this week. So yeah, we will catch you guys later.